breed of ant that is marching across Houston. They're called crazy raspberry ants. Not so much raspberry, but they are crazy. They come in these huge clusters and have been known to short out electrical boxes and computers. 11 News reporter Vicente Arenas went to find these ants and to find out if there's anything we can do to get rid of them.
Well, they'll come up like here and just go up underneath the eave of the house.
They seem to come out of nowhere.
We didn't know what they were.
And in no time flat, they were everywhere. Problem was,
they just keep coming back.
Patsy Murpho couldn't get rid of them.
I went down and bought Raid and everything, spraying them. And then they'd figure out where I sprayed them, and then they'd go around them.
They're called crazy raspberry ants. Crazy because they move in crazy patterns. Murpho says they've invaded 40 homes in her Pearland neighborhood. They've also caused problems at businesses. Look at this picture. Thousands of them on a relay switch. So many ants, they caused it to short out. The ants are named after pest control man Tom Razberry, who first noticed them a couple of years ago. Watch what he does with his hand.
That just gives you a background to see them.
The ants, about the size of a small grain of rice, he says, don't sting, but they do bite. The worst part is,
you can kill them by the millions and even billions, but the problem is you can't kill all of them because their numbers are too high.
He showed us piles of them in a wooded field near downtown Pearland, a few blocks from Patsy Murpho's home. Now, here's the deal with these ants. Right now, the homeowner says they're mostly on the outside, but eventually more of them will come and start making their way in the home through cracks and crevices. That's why this grandmother's worried.
When they start getting into the house, they start climbing up the wall. I'm afraid they're going to get in and to the installation and stuff.
Murpho's hoping they stay away from her computer and other electrical appliances. She knows they're coming, millions of them. The battle, she says, won't be.
Yeah, about 40 homes in this neighborhood are infested, Mike, and believe it or not, these ants could be coming soon to a backyard near you.
You do? Yeah. Is he running crazy? Yeah, you got two of them running on your finger.
Richard Hepler's 3-year-old daughter Lacey might be impressed, but Richard himself was leery when his father-in-law first called him over last year to look at a new kind of ant cutting a path by the pool.
And he started calling them crazy ants, and then when I got down closer to them, I saw that they had a really erratic behavior when you disturbed them.
Is this erratic enough for you? They're actually known as crazy raspberry ants, named after Tom Razberry, the first Houston area exterminator to try to terminate them.
You can kill them by the millions and even billions, but the problem is you can't kill all of them because their numbers are too high.
Crazy raspberry ants were first documented in Houston 6 years ago, stowaways perhaps on a cargo ship. Since then, they have spread to 6 surrounding counties.
Well, this ant has become an immense problem because of its numerical density and its penchant for creating electrical shortages.
That's because they will swarm and short-circuit electrical equipment. But there is an upside to this infestation. Crazy raspberry ants actually eat those red imported fire ants whose sting has become so familiar here in Texas. So Richard Hepler's in-laws are giving him their bag of fire ant killer, since it's not needed here.
The least of two evils, I'd have the crazy ants, I think, rather than the fire ants.
The crazy ant sting, after all, is more rare and less painful than the fire